morning, everybody. We're here working on our spoon project, and last time we were doing anything, we were patching bug holes and stuff, and with wood glue. Looks like it's holding pretty good. So we're gonna do a little sanding and see what it'll hold up for us. Whether we don't have to do any more stuff. Everybody's having a great day. Rebecca, touched by yarn. Good to see you. Hope everything's all right in your end of the world. It just finished raining a while ago, Rebecca, and it dropped like 2 inches of rain. We got that hurricane that's coming up the coast, so we're all watching it, see what's going to happen. You can see the spalt lines, and right in here is where we did the patch job. So it looks like it's going to work. It is really hot, really humid, really wet. Wouldn't surprise me a bit to see some more storms here very shortly, but that's all right. How's everything in your neck of the woods there, Rebecca? All right, let's see, we'll back you up a little bit. Island Aviation, good to see you, man. For the Azores. All right, really good to see you. Yeah, it's super humid. We were all, like I said, we're all watching Hurricane Aaron to see what it'll do, and that is one big storm, man. That is one big storm. My friend out there in the Azores, you're probably watching it too, huh? Yep. And I was in there watching the weather modeling, and they were sitting there saying that something could form right on its heels, right off the coast of North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere around there. So we'll see. I'm ready for fall. I don't know about y'all, but man, I am so ready for fall. Yeah, it's sanding down nice and smooth. Nicola, good to see you. You are from Italy, right? Did y'all ever get a summer temperatures? I know you were talking about it was like the summer never came, something like that. Last time we talked. Yeah. This is a spoon. We made a. All right. And what I do is I go over into the wood line over there and get old limbs, old branches, and chop them up, and get spoon blanks, wood, form up the spoon, and that is exactly where this came from. Just I don't ever buy any of this wood. I just go over here to the woods and pick it up. Delanne, good to see you. Yummy Food Show. Margie, good to see you. Nicole said the summer here felt like fall a few weeks ago, but the past few weeks it's been so hot. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Delanne. I appreciate that. Margie, you too? Yeah, I used to try to do a lot of them, but man, it has been so hot inside this workshop. I mean, shoot, there was one day it was 99 degrees in here, and not a whole lot of fun. I got a little fan here blowing, but I think if I'm gonna keep on doing this, I'm gonna have to invest in some ventilation or some a small air conditioner or something. It was terrible, but I usually, I'll do a live for half hour, one hour, and after that you're ready to go get a big old glass of water or something. But anyway, let me show you. All right, put the spoon right here. All right, this is known as a bug void, and this whole log was just ate up, so I had to work around it. And these black markings that you see, this is known as spalting, and all that is where the wood make contact with the ground, and insects, beetles, whatnot climbed up in there, and live their lives in there and crawl through there, leaving their bodily functions through there. And through the decades, you create spalting chambers. But still, there's solid wood in there. So, and here was the outer edge of it. You see the bacteria. I mean, it's still got some solidness to it. Let's put this in here like this. I'll turn it like this. There you go. And this was a big hole right here. And we've been slowly sanding it down. And when my hand gets tired, I'll use this thing, a Dremel. It's got the Velcro end on it. And it allows me to do that. I would highly recommend wearing your mask while doing this. Not so much this kind of stuff right here. I mean, you're probably all right here, but you know, here. All right, let's take a look at the screen. Make sure you learned something new. Okay. Okay, I never knew that about wooden insects. Yeah. I mean, every day we walk by trees and we really don't think about what's going on inside the tree, but anything at all that, you know, creates a hole, a crack, insects that get in, and then once the tree falls or dies or whatever that falls over and makes contact with the ground, I mean, just bugs crawl up inside of it and live their life, and then along comes somebody like me that wants to use it for woodworking, and we get what we got. All right. Yeah, don't pull it too hard. Alright, let's take a look, man. See, this right here, all that was bug voids and spalting, and I rebuilt all that. There's one little place here I might need to do something with. And another way, here's one right here too. Another way you can do it is you can take your drill and drill a small hole, get like a toothpick, or you go out here and get a little stick, twig, get your knife and whittle it down where it's nothing but plain old wood, and then put some wood glue on it and put it in the hole and let it dry and sand her down. But yeah, that's a perfect example of spalting right there. Delon, you are right. The earth will reclaim itself in many ways, and you are so correct. All right. All right, let's do a little bit of sanding right here on this. Real light. You don't really have to put a lot of pressure on it. And for those that may be interested in doing something like that, let's see here. This is hook knives. You can use these to hollow out the bowl of the spoon. They come in different sizes and everything. What else do I make from that? Mostly spoons. I've been doing spoons for a long time. Let's see, over the years I made some forks. Made a kuksa, kind of like a coffee cup looking thing. I don't know what's in here or not, or did I put it over in the other workshop? But I have a bunch of fruit trees out here, and as they get old, die, get damaged. This is a piece of plum wood that you can see where the branch coming in. It should be pretty cool, the spiral in it. And you see, I got some of the spoons are out there sitting over there on the stump. Maybe we'll go and get some here in a minute. Yeah, but right now we'll do work on this. And the other day we were talking about what I soak them in or stain them with or seal them up. And this is what I use. 13 Chefs food grade mineral oil. believe it or not, then I put old coffee grounds. I take the filter right out of the coffee pot, come out here and throw it in the same thing with this stuff, and that's what gives you that dark color. All right, let's see here. Let's show you. This is a detail knife. And these things are sharp, so be careful. Sloyd, same thing, sharp. Just one of the many gouges laying around here. So, and I like to keep one of these brushes. It helps you keep things. Mike, good to see you, man. I hear you ordered one of these, man. Did you? Awesome. I think you'll like it. I really do. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but anyway, it's really cool, man. It's got a number of different light settings, different magnifications, and once you find that sweet spot that kind of resonates with the work you're doing and the level of lighting your workshop, whatever like that. Yep, the mineral oil and coffee ground. It definitely worked. Any type of woodworking, you could soak it in there for a long time if you wanted to, and it would really soak it up, or you can just give it a light treatment. But that coffee, it'll attach itself up in here in these spalt lines. And hang on one second. Let me run over here real quick, and I'll get you a couple spoons here. I'm back. We're out there by the other workshop, and here's some of the ones that we've been working on over the last couple of weeks. All right. And here is one that had some serious spalting in it. Look at this thing. And as they dry, any cracks that you may have missed or developed, it'll show up now when they start drying. And you can see how the coffee attaches itself up into the lines. Almost looks like you took a black magic marker and drew a thing. I'll tell you. This one's really old, super old. That's just a piece of junk wood. I was out here walking to the back lot and picked it up and started working with it, and sort of came out like a heart design. All right. Another one, just an old piece of, you see where right here it started like burl. So, there we go. You can see the example of spalting in there. It almost takes on the characteristics like fat wood. So, little scoop. This one needs to be finished, sanded down and stuff, but I wanted to let it dry a little bit. And this is cedar. Same thing, letting it dry up. All right, let's see here. All right. It's really beautiful. I appreciate that, Nicola. All right. Let's do a little bit more. But you can get these tool kits, really inexpensively, or you could go expensive. And these handheld sanding blocks, I have found that you're more able to get into apply pressure steadily, evenly, instead of using just paper or sandpaper, what do you want to call it. And these little band things, they actually go to a powered sander, but I like taking them off and cutting them, and got different grits. It allows you to do curved spaces and stuff. All right, let's take a look what it looks like here. All right, you can see might have one more spot that we need to do something with. Crafts by Violet, good to see you. All right. Well, Nicola, yeah, I have used olive oil and coffee grounds, and it will probably do the same thing. The only thing, and I don't know whether this is true or not, the only thing that I would say that I have been told, and I don't know if it is that olive oil can sometimes grow bacteria or go off or something like that. But I've never seen that happen. But I've had people while we were doing lives say that. So maybe they know something I don't. But I have used olive oil and coffee grounds. And to the best of my knowledge, coffee and olive oil are all things that have been used for centuries. All right. My opinion. All right. But yeah, I think it would work. No doubt about it, man. Yeah. To me, especially if you let it dry and stuff, you know. And of course, like wooden spoons, you know, if you're intent on using them for like dinners and stuff like that, don't throw them up in the sink with water and let them sit there. Just wipe them off and once every couple of weeks apply, you know, whatever your chosen solution is. And they'll last forever. Okay, you're gonna try use olive oil, but I will add coffee ground. Yeah, I mean, coffee's one thing that I think no matter where we are in the world, everybody is drinking, so it should be quite easy to do. Do a video so I can see what it looks like. All right. Violet, how are you? All right. Delon, spalting is really nice when you make a tabletop. Yeah. If you can get enough of it, oh my goodness, man, it's beautiful. And ambrosia maple, I got some of that over in the far corner over there. It's beautiful too. So, really is. Everybody probably sees my boo-boo. We're out here working on a hinge, I don't know, 10 days ago, man. And I shut my finger right on the hinge right there. But it's getting better. Gosh, that hurt. I don't mind telling you. They probably heard me screaming all over to Europe. So, all right, Delon, I have to head out, but I'm going to leave the live running. I appreciate that so much, man. You have a great day, whatever you got planned and everything, and hope to join you with another live coming up here. I don't know about y'all. YouTube ever let you know that somebody's going live? I just kind of happen into it, unless I'm just don't have the right things selected or something. I don't know. But this wood is old, man. It really is. I figured the tree was probably 70 years old. And then it got knocked down in 2004 during one of the hurricanes that popped through here. And then it laid in there for a decade or more than I got it. So the spoon you're looking at, it's probably, I don't know, 90 years. That's a cool thing about working with stuff like this, you know. What you're working with could be like ancient. So, Mike, how's everything out in your neck of the woods, man? We're watching that hurricane, man. That thing is big, it's powerful. Right down the Outer Banks of North Carolina are about 90 miles south of here. And they've already mandatory evacuations off of it, but off of certain parts of it, I should say, especially down around Buxton and Cape Hatteras and all that. And I know the big Marine Corps base down there around Jacksonville, North Carolina, they're watching it. Starting to cool down here a bit. Yeah, I hear we got maybe 7 or 8 more days, and then it's supposed to take a plunge. Some cold air coming out of Canada. I hope, man. I am so ready for First called Cabin. Good to see you, man. Good morning. Nicole, thank you for your moment and teaching me something new, Dave. I will be heading out now. All right, well, take care. Nice to have you here, and have a wonderful, pleasant day in Italy. All right, let's take a look at this thing. Let's work on this little part right here. All right. Yeah, you don't really need to put a lot of pressure on it. This wood is old. You probably see the sawdust coming off of it for no more than I'm doing it. That kind of lets you know that just how important dust masks and everything are. All the stuff end up in your lungs. And what I normally use is this thing right here. I got 2 or 3 of them laying around here. And base camp dust mask. Got a bunch of them laying around in here. All right, Mike. All right, pretty little flowers. All right. Mike saying goodbye to Nicole. All right. I appreciate, well, got 83 people in the room, 9 thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. Sure do. Maybe we'll get far enough here in the next little bit that we can put it in the preservative, and the next time we come back, we'll unveil it. The reveal. Alabama, USA, man. All right, good to see you, man. Hope everything's all right in your neck of the woods. We are up here in Virginia. We are watching that hurricane, man. See where it's going, what it's going to do. All right, let's see here. Mike, we had a coon hound competition last week, and I hunted against some guys from North Carolina. All right, well, I'm about 45 miles off the Carolina coast border. There you go. Well, Carolina coast too, really. So, right, Alabama. Good to see you, man. Hopefully the hurricane stays out the ocean. Fingers are crossed, man. I've tuned into TV stations from Norfolk, Virginia, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Baltimore, New York City, Philadelphia, and they're all saying that the modeling says that front should drop out of the Canada and bump it. So fingers are crossed. But last time I looked, it was like a Cat 3. What's that, 120 mile an hour wind? Something like that. That would not be good. And I don't mind telling you, I am ready for fall. I want the cold air to come so we can break out the hot tents and go camping and stuff. It's this thing, these things here, you can turn them sideways. You can actually cut them. You can wash them off. And they'll last for a long time. Really inexpensive. You can get probably, I don't know, 6, 7 of these things off of Amazon for, what, $10? To me, they've held up better than actual sandpaper, which I'm not saying I don't, well, we'll never use that again, but because it has its uses, that's for sure. Looks like might need to take a little bit off the side here. Looks like it's a little bit fatter here than over here. Imagine that, right? All right. Yeah. Yeah, you could be, man. We were just talking about that early this morning, that the weather patterns here have so radically changed. I have never seen it this humid, and it's like we had a tick alert, and there were so many ticks everywhere. It was just everywhere, and like poison ivy, all that kind of stuff is just going crazy nuts. Of course, last winter, we had that big snow, which I mean we get snow sometimes, but not very often, and it didn't really get all that cold this past year, but nonetheless. All right, see your spalting. When the time comes to put it in the sealant and the coffee and all that, that'll really pop out right here. It'll really be nice. Yeah, maybe we'll turn it like this. A bit easier, maybe. There we go. All right. Hobo Hideaway, how you doing, man? Good to see you. How's everything up in your neck of the woods? There's a bird sitting right here on the edge of the workshop. Hey, come on in if you want to, man. Good cardinal. We do that bird bath Wednesday thing every week, and there's like 3 cameras pointed right at that one bird bath, getting different angles and stuff. Yeah, like I said, when we finally finish the sanding, all this, that coffee and all that stuff will attach to these lines, and it'll look like somebody etched it. Oki's eating. Good to see, man. How's everything out your way? I hear y'all been super hot too, huh? Probably even more so hot than here. Our big thing now, like I said, we're watching that hurricane. It's gonna slide right in the perfect world. It'll slide right past us by about 200 miles. Fingers crossed, right? Definitely don't want that big thing coming. For sure. But they say we're going to get wind gusts here between 20 and 40, beginning tomorrow afternoon around 2, 3, 4. Thursday will be the big day. It's almost like that bird's in here somewhere. You know, he's sitting over one of the shelves. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping so too, man. Fingers crossed. I appreciate it. I'm not really overly worried about it because, like I said, you know, checked a bunch of different TV stations and the National Weather Service and all that stuff. So they seem to be in agreement that the models are suggesting that it's going to, as they say, split the goalpost halfway between the coast of Virginia, North Carolina, and Bermuda. And Bermuda is about 600 miles off the U.S. coast. So but it's a big storm. For it to be blowing like crazy in Bermuda and blowing like crazy in Norfolk, Virginia, it's yeah. I hear over Virginia Beach that they've got a surfing championship, so you probably couldn't have timed that any better. But they got high surf warnings and currents and tides and everything. And I seen on the news that some lady did a skateboard all the way from California to Virginia Beach, Virginia. So I don't know, man. Whew. Let's see. Hobo says I am in Iowa, hot and muggy. I'm sure, man. I'm sure of that. I bet you're ready for fall too, aren't you? I know I am. The style of camping I like to do is hot tent, and it's 90 degrees out here. I don't see that happening. Even up here in the workshop, it's a bit unpleasant, but I got the fan running and whatnot. Seriously, old wood. All right, let's take a look at our screen here. Yes, sir, I am ready for cooler weather, but then I'll be crying for the warm again. That's the way, always is. Yep. One minute we're screaming about 90 Fahrenheit, and the next day we're yelling about 9 Fahrenheit. So I know. Oh, I can't wait for it to get warm. have a nice homegrown tomato. Then you get days like this, and you're like, oh, what I wouldn't do for a brisk 50-degree day with a light breeze blowing and little white fluffy clouds racing across the sky. Yeah, I know. I sure do, man. All right, Alabama, USA. We usually get our bigger hurricanes in October here, but this weather has been so different, nobody really knows it. You are correct. Normally, we do not get our big stuff until the tail end of August up to about September 20th, give or take. But, I mean, here we are, middle of August, and, we got this big monster out there, so... Um, I don't know. I saw something on the news. Maybe y'all could tell me if you saw it too. That big earthquake up there in Russia altered the axis of the earth. It caused it to wiggle and wobble and everything. So I don't know. Yeah. I know they've been having all sorts of. Actually, I had earthquakes in South Carolina the other day. It's like 5 or 6 little ones, and then another one up there in what, New York City area. Yeah, a lot of little meteorites hitting houses, and I'll tell you, man. We'll stop short of saying it's the end times, but this is some crazy, crazy, crazy weather, man. Hobo, Hideaway says the solar flares are bombarding the Earth, causing magnetic pole reversal. Could be. Very likely. Very, very likely. Yeah. I guess we've been leading a charmed life for the last couple hundred years, and the time is coming where Mother Nature and the cosmos is all going to line up and say, well, time to throw a monkey wrench in everything. We have all the seasons in a day and get a month's worth of. Yeah, here too, man. Yeah, if the saying here is if you don't like the weather, and we call this place Hampton Roads. It's all of Southeast Virginia. You don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. It'll change. It can go from freezing to warm to drop 2 inches, like last night or early this morning, dropped 1.84 inches of rain. In just a bit of time, and they say the same thing's going to happen today. So, Alabama, USA, I believe it's all normal. We're just able to see it now and put it on YouTube. You have a point there. Things have always probably been crazy. They may be more crazier now. I don't know, but there's cameras everywhere, and I don't care where you go, what you're doing. There's a camera, and it's going to catch it. And then you can share it, and then 6 billion people will see it. Your point is well taken. And we had a discussion the other day. You tell me what y'all think, that most of the climate change is driven by human interaction. I'm gonna disagree. Not all of it. I'm gonna have to say that the Mother Earth is going through its normal changes, and the sun's gonna keep doing what it's doing, and the atmosphere is going to react to that, and things tugging on the moon, and the tides do this and the tides do that. So let's see here. I know I can run now, and from a flash flood in the creek. I heard it up and looked up. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, every 6,000 years. Yep. I guess, are we at the edge of that 6,000 now, or? Yeah, it'd be kind of almost hard to imagine an event like Noah's flood occurring, but it could. All right. I got 12 thumbs up. Got 90 people in the room. Yep. It's been a good while since we've had a flood. Now, we have coastal issues almost all the time, especially like you get a storm like this coming up the coast. Things water be 4, 5, 6 feet above where it normally is up in these little creeks and tributaries and everything. Oh, I didn't know I could move like that. I guess you're properly motivated. Warp drive would be available, right? Engage. Boom. Gone. Just, yeah. I mean, we've had tornadoes here before. I carried mail for 28 years, letter carrier, and I have been out there at times where tornadoes would come, touch down, and you're sitting there just watching this thing, see exactly what manner of navigation you need to do. How close are you to the lithium mines? Me, I don't know. I'm not close to them at all. I'm right here on the coast of Virginia. It's the Atlantic Ocean's about 6 miles away. If you look on your map, you locate Norfolk, Virginia, and look across the slightly to the north and see Newport News. That's where I am, right there on that peninsula. Almost totally surrounded by water. All right. The Outer Banks is we'll call it 60 miles away to the top end of it, Nag's Head area, then 100 miles down to Cape Hatteras. Alabama, I've been in so many hurricanes, it's normal for me. I still pay attention. Yeah, I have a friend here now that lost everything from a tornado up the road. Yeah. I remember one time I was carrying mail, and I mean, it got crazy, man. Then it got dead still. All the leaves of the trees kind of like turned backwards, and then the thing come across the road, knocked trees down every which way, and yeah, yeah. I'm out there on foot delivering mail. Oh, my goodness, man. And the lightning strikes. Jeez, man. We've had dozens of close calls over the years carrying that mail out there. Yeah, we're starting to really get a nice smooth finish right here. A little flipper like this. And then give a light shaving right here, sanding. Yeah, we haven't, I don't think we've had any tornadoes this year right here. No, we've had some humdingers, some thunderstorms. I even caught one on a video and recorded it. I don't know, about 4 weeks ago. It's up there, man. That was absolutely nuts, man. The Ring cameras were catching lightning bolts like right out front of it. Oh, yeah, I remember the mailman walking. They don't. Yeah, mine still does. We still live in what they call dismount, park and loop. We don't have curbside delivery right here. Up the road we do, but let me get that stuff for you. I use food grade mineral oil from 13 Chefs, and I pour it up in a little. Let's see if I can't move that. That way you get an idea. All right, let's move you around a bit. I pour it up in this old pickle jar here. Then I put coffee grounds in it, and we shake it up. And it used to be full up, but all that is coffee grounds. Once you make your coffee in the morning, take the filter out and come in here and dump it in there and mix a little bit of that, and you get a really cool design. Let's see here. Here's a perfect example. What happens when that stuff, food grade mineral oil and coffee, combine. The coffee kind of attaches itself to the spalt lines, and even this crazy thing almost took on the appearance like fat wood. But that's what I do. Food forest permaculture. Good to see you. Yeah, that's what I do. I try to, uh, not a big budget deal here at all. Just a old dude in his workshop, just picking up old junk wood, and like I said, that's all it is. Just a went over the wood line over there and picked it up, chopped it, and got myself some what I call these like spoon blanks. I mean, they're solid. You got bug voids in them, so kind of design your spoon around that and miss as much as you can. So, and a blank or what? This plum tree. All right, let's take a look at our screen. Alabama, USA. But I've also enjoyed cold again. Food forest, I love it, Dave. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, hobo, thank you. Yeah. This won't take a whole lot more sanding, and we'll be able to throw it over in that jar. And right at the end of this video, that's probably what we'll do. And then we'll leave it in there, and I'll go work on other projects. And next time we go live, we'll reveal it and see what it did. Yeah. All right. Got 88 people in the room. Got 14 thumbs up. I appreciate it, man. I really do, man. All right. It is fun. I really think you enjoy it. It's just like I said, it's not a right way or wrong way or anything else. It's just your own particular style and everything. And I've been thinking about getting a lathe for a long time, but I haven't. So I still use a lot of hand tools, and obviously use an axe. Use this baby. It does a great job. And there you go. That's really about it. It's not a big budget deal, just taking old junk wood. Yeah, I've got a Dremel too. Oh yeah, Dremel. And obviously, if you've been using Dremels, you know you can get all sorts of attachments for it. So I make walking sticks and name plaques. All right, man. I'll have to check that out. You do videos on them, or? All right, let's turn it this way. What you do on one side, you want to do on the other. Great. And you can see right here, bug voids. But we're slowly sanding it down. All right, let's take a look at the screen here. Alabama, USA. It's relaxing to watch, and memories of all the wood spoons my mother used. Yeah. I have not done any epoxy. I must admit that I am kind of curious as to what might be able to be done. I've even thought about like making a spoon mold in a piece of wood and getting like some of that copper sheeting and banging it out, tapping it out into shape and stuff. So I think my ideas, I got more ideas than I do budget, if that makes any sense. All right, we are doing good. Yeah, we're almost down to that base. Yeah, buddy. Looking good. All right. Let's take a look. And you can keep right on sanding and sanding and sanding until you chase everything away, all the little knots and whatnot out. But eventually I come to the point where I say enough's enough, and I just put it in the little pickle jar over there and let the preservative and the coffee grounds do their thing. Oh yeah, looking good. All right, let's take a look. Art is never pleased, only abandoned. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I got like spoon blanks that I, cut out and basically shaped, and they'll sit over here in the corner and wait until I get back to them and stuff. And yeah, that's excellent. Excellent thought. Very good observation. Hey, Alabama, you're the one that does all the pretty rocks and stuff, hunting for rocks and stuff. Oh, okay. What I use as a preservative is this right here. All right. Then I take coffee grounds and I put it up inside of this pickle jar, and I put the spoons up in there to let them soak some of that stuff up. Okay. Yeah, let me show you something. Some of the stuff I picked up here in Virginia locally. I know we're getting away from spoon carving, but all right. Got some got all kinds of little rocks here and there, and let's see here. Finding a bunch of arrowheads and stuff all through the dirt and stuff. All right, okay. I love to use food grade oil. I was wondering about the pickle jar, coffee ground. Yeah, coffee grounds work quite well. It gives that etched look, like somebody took a magic marker. You know, see? That's what coffee does, combined with that mineral oil and stuff. But we'll put that over there. But anyway, I do tend to pick up some rocks here and there, and I find it pretty interesting. All right, let's take a look. Let's see how close we are to throwing it in our jar. Victor, good to see you, man. Well, I appreciate that, man. You take care, man. Safe travels and enjoy your day and everything like that. So, I'm getting ready to say goodbye too, but what I want to do is I'm going to pivot y'all this way briefly, and we're going to put this stuff in our little jar, stir it around. We're going to keep it in there for a little bit, but yeah, really will pop out good here once we let it do its thing and stuff. Put it in there like that. All right, man. Anyway, I appreciate. Let's see, Alabama says it's going to start working this stone gym soon. So much going on. I don't have a lot of time anymore. Yeah, never having quite enough time to do everything and stuff. So yeah, it's. I think the coffee and the mineral oil and stuff like that definitely brings it out. Then if you can naturally select woods that already have that spalt stuff in it, and ambrosia maples, and um, you got twisting and burls and knots and everything else, it really takes on a really neat effect. Well, I appreciate everybody spending the morning with me, and I wish all y'all a happy, safe day. If y'all are in the path of that hurricane, prayers to you. Fingers crossed. Everybody else is dealing with hot heat or other things, personal issues, stuff like that. Prayers to you. All right. We all take care, man. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Have a great day.